Some things just go together like peanut butter and jelly, or Fox body Mustangs and 40 series Flowmaster mufflers. Same can be said about Mustangs and Hurst shifters. Back in the day, a Hurst comp stick and plate kit brought some muscle car styling back to the late model Mustang interior. Well, old school is back, so we're going to install Hurst's new Blackjack short throw shifter and a Hurst comp stick and plate kit for 1987 to 1993 Mustangs to combine classic style with modern action on a Fox body Mustang. The Hurst Blackjack short throw shifter fits 1983 to 2004 Mustangs with the T5 and T45 manual transmission. The shifter accepts countless Hurst shifter handle and knob options, so you can customize the shifter action and feel to suit your style and taste. Positive shift stops keep you from bending shifter forks in the heat of battle. Hurst has been living, eating, and breathing shifters for decades, so using a Hurst shifter for this application is a no-brainer. The Hurst Comp Stick and Plate Kit's white shifter ball and chrome-plated stick are muscle car icons. When combined with the Blackjack short throw shifter, Hurst brings modern mechanical manners and muscle car flair to foxy Mustangs. This is going to be fun. Let's get started. We began by removing the factory shifter knob, boot, and shifter handle. It's easier to remove the lower shifter boot with the center console removed, but it's possible to remove it with the center console in place with the right tools and some patience. Removing the lower shifter boot exposes the top of the transmission. We removed the bolts fastening the factory shifter to the transmission. If the sealant is stubborn, it helps to break the shifter flange free from underneath the car. We stuffed a rag in the shifter cavity to catch any debris while cleaning the sealant from the transmission flange. We used a gasket scraper and a wire brush to clean the old sealant from the flange. Next, we replaced the old shifter ball cup with the one provided with the Hurst Blackjack shifter kit. We applied a bead of gasket maker to the shifter flange. After applying a dab of assembly grease on the shifter pivot ball, we carefully placed the Hurst Blackjack shifter on the transmission and screwed the bolts down finger tight. While we waited for the sealant to set up, we transferred the factory mount clips from the factory shifter boot plate to the Hurst top plate. A pick helps release the clips from the old plate's tabs. Next, we installed the Hurst shifter boot into the top plate. We used the supplied clips to hold the boot in place. We cut a 3-inch hole in the factory lower shifter boot to accommodate the Hurst shifter tower. After an hour had passed to allow the sealant to initially set, we torqued the fasteners to 12 to 15 pound-feet. We set up the shifter stops 1/2 turn before contact with the lower shifter stick in 4th and 3rd gear and tightened the jam nuts. Next, we installed the Hurst dust boot and secured it with the supplied zip tie. To get the factory lower shift boot to clear the opening in the center console, we trimmed the left side of the bezel. If you remove the center console, no trimming is necessary. We installed the lower shift boot fasteners. A short 8mm wrench helps access the front 2 bolts with the center console in place. Next, we installed the Hurst shifter stick from the comp stick and plate kit to the left side of the lower shifter stick. With the shifter stick on the left side and the hole in the rubber boot toward the front, the Hurst trim plate fit the Blackjack shifter perfectly on this Mustang. Finally, we installed the iconic white Hurst shifter knob and tightened the jam nut. The factory shifter was rubbery, imprecise, and the centering springs were weak. The Hurst Blackjack shifter is far more precise than the factory shifter. Finding third gear is easier, and we really dig the tall, easy-to-reach chrome Hurst stick. The whole look screams muscle car, and it's much more fun to drive. After all, isn't fun what an old Fox body Mustang is supposed to be all about?